I'll be honest with you guys, looking at the past couple of weeks, I was beginning to worry that I was being too nice to the summer movie season. But don't worry, this movie's here to change that. Trainwreck. So Trainwreck is a comedy directed by Judd Apatow, the guy who directed Knocked Up, This Is 40, Funny People. The poster says the guy who brought you Bridesmaids, and I guess that makes sense because he produced it. He didn't direct it though. So in this movie we have Amy Schumer. She's this writer for a magazine, and this movie focuses on her romantic life, or lack thereof. She doesn't want to settle down, so she sleeps around because that's how she was raised by her douchebag father. But then she meets Bill Hader. He's a doctor for athletes, and the two of them start dating, which I guess is a completely new experience for her, and that's pretty much the movie. The plot of this movie is really predictable. You know exactly what's gonna happen, and you can see it coming from a mile away. Nothing surprised me. It was interesting-ish, and you know, you do smile when you see these two dating because they are a cute-looking couple. If for nothing else, their chemistry was alright. But honestly, that's the only positive thing I got from this movie. The dialogue was crap, the acting was crap. Safe to say, I wasn't a huge fan of this film. Let's take a look at comedies. Most of the comedies that I think are funny are the ones that have really clever dialogue with really good timing on the punchlines, like the first Pitch Perfect. Those are the types of comedies that I think are funny because they're smart. This movie mostly featured the other kind of comedy, the dumb kind. The humor in this movie was not funny to me at all. It was all stupid jokes. The punchlines were all over the place like the second Pitch Perfect. The hardest I laughed was a chuckle. The funniest scene in this movie is where Bill Hader is playing this one-on-one basketball game with LeBron James and they're talking. The funny part wasn't the dialogue, it was the fact that LeBron James is like 3 feet taller than Bill Hader. He was like trying to block him, but he was just failing miserably. That was funny. It was the only funny scene in this movie. The acting was pretty bad as well. I mean, Amy Schumer hasn't been in too many movies, but she even wrote this one. Yes, she wrote the script for this movie. And it shows that she's not good at writing. Her character reminded me of Melissa McCarthy in Tammy, straight up. She didn't know when to stop talking. She kept making these really bad pop culture references. She's like the new bad Melissa McCarthy. In fact, she even knows it. Here's a quote from her. She actually said, "I enjoy playing the girl who time to time says the dumbest thing possible." Well, at least someone's enjoying it. And Bill Hader, I thought you were better than this, man. He's a funny guy. Whenever he was Stefan in SNL, I laughed out loud. And he was great as Fear in Inside Out. In this movie, I don't even think his character was supposed to be funny. In which case, why would you cast him? I don't know. And the supporting cast, you have Vanessa Bayer, John Cena, Ezra Miller, Tilda Swinton, who was recently cast as the Ancient One in Doctor Strange. None of them impressed me at all. There were even some pacing issues in this movie. Like, there would be a scene going on where two people are arguing, right? And in the middle of this argument, it'll just cut to the next scene. Like, okay, I guess we won't get to see how this fight resolves, or if it even does. Trainwreck is exactly what it sounds like. It's a wreck. It wasn't funny, the acting was bad, and the story was boring. The movie did feature my favorite Billy Joel song though, but since I can listen to that whenever I want, I will say, don't go see this movie. The summer movie season was doing so well. So Trainwreck, have you seen it? What did you think about it? Whatever you think, go ahead and leave a comment. And don't forget to subscribe.